I was just out here harvesting some beans, and I decided I'd bring you guys along with me because it's a beautiful day and there's no reason why you guys can't come along with me. So I basically just been picking these beans, and these were the beans that I actually fed with the compost tea in like 3 or 4 videos back, and they've responded really well. I'm actually extremely pleased with how they've turned around. They've got huge leaves, and I'll show you those as well, but they've also just so, wow, man, they've increased production like nuts. And I'd say probably from where they were at to where they're now, it's probably at least a 75% improvement. You know, there's still obviously some improvements that can be made. There's always improvements that can be made, and those are just things that are continuous. Those always are being worked on, and so I continue day by day adding compost tea to the garden. Whenever I water, I actually water with compost tea, and I just do it that really quick method of just taking a couple handfuls of compost and, oh wow, perfect timing. Neighbor's just getting ready to mow his lawn. All right, well, we're all out doing something, so I'm just gonna have to do this quick then. But I just take a couple handfuls of compost tea, throw it in a 5-gallon bucket, and I just mix it with water. Any type of water works. I just mix it up really quick, spread it on all the plants, and they've responded very, very well to it. Now, I am getting handfuls of beans. I mean, like, just handfuls of beans, and they are just loaded on here. I'll show you the bushes here. I literally just started harvesting, and I already have, you know, a decent handful. So I'm going to continue harvesting. I'll bring you guys in close so you guys can see these plants. We got a big rain a couple days ago, and I was concerned that it would wash all the nutrients away, but it stopped at the perfect time and allowed the water to soak into the soil, and then it watered, and then it rained again and soaked into the soil. So it just was perfect. It was a perfect rain. It was not too heavy, not too light. It gave the plants just what they needed, and I think it's going to turn out great. And so, come on in close. These are what I'm talking about right here. These are the Blue Lake bush bean, and they are just so prolific. They produce like crazy, and there is no need to have more than, you know, 3 or 4 plants if you're just a family of 2 or whatever. I mean, 1 plant right there, 4 beans. I haven't even been looking. I mean, those are just the ones right on the surface there. I actually have a mixture of 2 beans in here, and one of them is the Blue Lake bush bean, and then I also have something called a like a Landreth stringless or something, and they're producing really well. I don't know what variety is what because I kind of just threw the seeds in here, but they are doing really well. Some of them are smaller than others, and some of them have even gotten a little bit too big for my liking, but no worries, we'll cook them up and they'll turn out great in the end. And with beans, it's crazy. It seems like, you know, the more you pick, the more you get with these beans. And it seems also like as the season goes, they don't want to slow up when the heat comes. That's what's nice about the variety of beans that I chose, is that the Blue Lake bush bean and the Landreth's bean, I've grown them for a few years now, and they don't seem to tolerate the cold too much. But when it comes to heat, they don't mind it at all, and also they're very drought tolerant. I just finished harvesting, and I thought I'd show you guys really quick before I kind of go through some of the stuff that's been doing really well. I thought I'd show you guys how much I got. So I got this whole bowl full of fresh, organically grown green beans, and they are really nice size. Some of them got a little bit bigger than I would have liked. I don't typically like my beans any bigger than like this, you know, like 3.5 inches, maybe 4 inches ish. But because they tend to get kind of stringy, even though they say stringless, I've noticed that they do somewhat get a little stringy if you let them get too large, obviously. But they're delicious, they're fresh, and I'm pretty sure we'll enjoy them in a nice stir fry or something later on tonight. So let's go check out everything else that's been growing on here. I know the peppers are one thing that I really do want to highlight. The peppers are something that I want to highlight. The tomatoes are something that I want to highlight, and that's about it. There's some other small things, but I'll say that for an episode. I'll say that for an update episode. This is just fun. This is just easy going. No plans today, so I'm just kind of winging it, and it's fun to do that sometimes. So come on with me. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys what's going on. So this is my pepper bed. Well, one of my 2 pepper beds, and right about there. Yes, right there is the line that designates Multiflora versus Habanero. And so I have all of those being Habanero, red Habanero, and then all of these being Multiflora. And while I never eat these are going to be designated strictly towards giving away, selling at the produce stand, and then also I'm going to do a giveaway for people on my YouTube channel that would like to try some. I'm gonna have a sign-up list and all that stuff. It's gonna be really cool. And as I get peppers, I'm gonna ship them out to guys or girls, and you guys can try them for free. So that's just a little thank you. But these are doing really great. It seems like they have just kicked into gear. They were so small, and now, I mean, just within literally probably the past 3 or 4 days, they've kicked it into high gear. They've put out a ton of flowers, and some of these are even putting on a nice amount of peppers here. There's a couple that actually have like 3 or 4 peppers on them, and yeah, there's one that's got a really nice amount of peppers. Here's one that's got a pepper there, and then another pepper there. And so they're doing really great. Pretty much all of these have at least 1 pepper on them, and these are the habaneros here, and the Multiflora are doing really well. The only thing that is a problem that's concerning me is that they take a long time for the fruit to ripen, and they're barely putting out flowers. This one is just now starting to put out a tiny little flower there, and they're green as heck. They're doing really great. And the thing that I can personally attest to is that all of these are grown in 100% forest compost. I found a log near my cottage that was literally almost beyond humus. It was so beautiful. It was so perfectly black. And I loaded this bed up with it. I just filled it right up to the top. And so they are growing in 100% forest compost. And so, you know, I'm not sure if it just has a little bit more nutrients or more beneficial microbes and bacteria and fungi and whatnot. But I mean, these plants are so healthy and so strong. And it just seems like even though the bugs are out, and I'm seeing some bug damage on a lot of plants, they're not really bothering my pepper plants too much. Maybe it's because they're a hot pepper, I don't know, but they're doing really good. And then over here, this is my tomato forest, obviously, and it seems like they always get so tall. And maybe it's just the fact that I like to grow indeterminate varieties, but they're so tall, and they're putting out a lot of fruit, a lot of flowers. I mean, these ones are I believe this is a red Brandywine or something. I'm not sure what these are. I just threw a bunch of plants in here because these are not for selling. These are not for, you know, for saving seeds. These are just for production and eating. We like to eat tomatoes a lot here, so I just like to grow a few, and so I threw a bunch of varieties in here. You know, like this variety right here, I believe is an old German. Again, not sure. I'll know when they ripen because I did know what I planted, but I do know that plant right there, I'll bring you guys into it. This plant, as I step over the bed, is a yellow Multiflora. And yes, I will actually be bagging these flowers. Basically what you do is you just take like a piece of burlap or nylon and you put it around the flower so that it can't cross-pollinate. And I will be doing that sometime soon because I would like to save some fruit from this, because I actually got the seeds from Ray, and over at the Praxis 55712 channel, he gave me like 2 or 3 seeds, and he's like, hey, you know, I got these extra, you want to try them? And I said, sure. So I tried them, and I only got one plant. And so with this one plant here, I'm hoping to get a lot of tomatoes and then save a lot of the fruit for them so that I can actually turn them into seed, because I love the plants. I mean, where else can you get a tomato that literally produces all those flowers on one plant? I mean, that is just crazy amounts of flowers. So it's a really unique plant. It's really cool. And so I do have some of those. I do have a celebrity tomato here. Yeah, I do know that. And then this right here is aroma. Come over here. This is a Brandywine right here, a pink Brandywine. This right here is a red Brandywine. It's kind of scraggly and lost its way, but red Brandywine. Hopefully it does something soon. But they're doing all really good. And then, oh, and I also have an oxheart tomato somewhere in there, a pink oxheart. Then this is my other pepper bed here. They're all doing really well. Not nearly as well as my other bed, but they're doing great. Nonetheless, this is my one pepper plant right here. And I mean, just look at the sheer flowers on this. I mean, it is producing flowers like a madman. And I do have a couple stray tomatoes. I'm just letting them go because they're not harming anybody. And it's no worries to me. I'm just gonna let them grow and see what they are. Then this right here is a sweet banana pepper. I grew this one from seed. It's doing amazing. It's putting out a couple sweet banana peppers. We've already harvested about 2 or 3, I think. And then here, this is a Thai pepper. I grew this one from seed. Then right there, that is a cayenne pepper. Really low, really bushy, and it's actually putting out a couple peppers here. It's got another one right there, and it's got some flowers up here. So it's really low and compact. I like that plant quite a bit. And then I also have a habanero there, a habanero there, a habanero there, there, and there. And this plant is really healthy. And this habanero plant is definitely very, 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 very healthy. Then over here, this is my other pepper plant, and it's producing some really cool peppers. They're coming straight up like that. I've never had a pepper plant do that, so I'm really excited for this pepper plant. It's got a lot of fruit. It's definitely a lot smaller than the other one, but still compact nonetheless. And it's producing quite a few peppers there, so that's pretty fun. And then this right here, this is another sweet banana pepper. It's doing quite well. It's got one pepper there and quite a few flowers. And then this right here is a jalapeno. And then this is another jalapeno. This is a T-A-M jalapeno. And then this is just a regular, mildly sweet, hot, whatever jalapeno. And then this right here is actually another Thai pepper that I started from seed. So I do have quite a few peppers in this bed. And then last but not least, I'm going to finish with this bed. This is actually my second tomato bed. But what's special about this is I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 of my surviving grafted tomato plants. And what's really exciting about this is that they're growing so well. They are actually kicking. They've grown super well. And yes, I'll try to block some of the sun because it's really bright. And they are growing really great. The thing is, though, is that this is the only surviving indeterminate tomato. The rest of them kind of, bit the dust a little bit. All of these varieties, all of those are actually just a tomato plant that they were just tomato plants that were extra, and so I tossed them in here. They're all a Cherokee purple. So from here onward are all Cherokee purples I just tossed in there, just because obviously I didn't want to only use a quarter of a bed. It's not very space efficient. And so this right here, this plant is actually a indeterminate bottom grafted with it's a indeterminate Roma grafted with a determinate celebrity. This plant right there, that plant, is a indeterminate Cherokee purple with a determinate celebrity. And Zoe, you okay? Bless you. And and then this plant right here is an indeterminate bottom grafted with a it's an indeterminate Old German grafted with an indeterminate celebrity. And then this is a determinate rootstock from the celebrity and grafted onto a determinate Old German, so, or an indeterminate Old German. So I do have a few here, and they're doing really great. And I hope to see really good results out of these. I'm interested to see how they do, and I might do them next year because they're kind of fun as well. Just a kind of fun project. So I thank you guys for coming along with me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and also hopefully you guys will remember to grow big or go home and go outside, enjoy the nice day, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.